I fed my man to the pigs.
Just yet. Their engineers are still here inspecting everything, trying to figure out why. Again, they kind of blamed wear and tear, but they're really not giving us any indication as to exactly why that concrete fell.
All right, Aliana Gomez, live in Richmond. Thank you.
Well, let's talk with a man from Fairfax who says he was stuck on the bridge for about an hour and a half earlier today. Scott Kazinchik told me that he was driving to see his dad in Piedmont. He was moving along about halfway across the bridge when suddenly there were signs of trouble.
The traffic started slowing down, which is somewhat common on the San Rafael Bridge. But then when I got a little more than halfway across, it completely stopped. I just figured it was an accident that...
What's cooking, Pops?
A few minutes. And then after, probably 10, 15 minutes, it was pretty clear that something else was up. And people were starting to get out of their cars.
Yeah, he actually took these photographs of people out of their cars, walking on the bridge, some of them actually posing for pictures themselves. He says some drivers, though, got so frustrated that they backed up and drove the opposite direction to try to get off of the bridge. And we're going to hear more from Scott Kazinchik coming up a little bit later at 5.
Yeah, an incredible scene there on the bridge. As you may imagine, the bridge closure has caused a traffic nightmare all across the Bay Area. You can tell here from this live picture of the Bay Bridge toll plaza that you see things are looking okay there. Trying to get from Oakland into San Francisco. Traffic is normally beginning to back up about this time during the 4 o'clock hour, but not too bad right now trying to get into the city.
Boy, it's really, really light. Also, commuters using Highway 37 to get into Marin County. That may be a different story. Let's check in now to find out what things are like there with KTV's Tom Bakar. He's live now from Vallejo, where traffic, Tom, is beginning to back up because of the bridge closure.
Oh, it's doing much worse than that. Let's just first set the stage. To my right is going to be Discovery Kingdom, Vallejo, and Interstate 80. To my left is going to be Marin and Sonoma counties. Now, I want to show you where we are. We're right here at Wilson Avenue. You see all this traffic that's almost at a standstill or just barely crawling. That normally wouldn't happen this time of day because this is not a non-commute direction. It's the other direction where the traffic is flowing because the commute has yet to fully pick up. So what clearly has happened is a lot of people came up the 80 deciding not to get on the 580 and go over to the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, which is closed effectively, and they came up here. The problem is this is while it's a 4-lane road, it's a very slow 4-lane road. It's very, very crowded, congested. Any kind of problem whatsoever really gums things up. And the one thing that'll gum it up worse than anything is a whole lot of traffic. And what you're looking at is a whole lot of traffic. And as we go across this bridge that they cross, you can see essentially that the traffic is hardly moving at all. And as a result of that, Highway 37 is exactly the place you should not go. Otherwise, you will get caught up in this. I drove up here, and it took me not long to get up here, but once I got on 37, it took me the better part of a half hour to get just as far, and that's not terribly far from Interstate 80. That is the situation currently at Highway 37 in Vallejo. If you can avoid this, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in this mess, and that mess goes many, many miles before you get to the Sears Point turnoff, and then it might clear up, but I doubt that it will because most people will probably be heading over to the 101 to get go north or south on Highway 101 in order to get to the destination they would have normally taken over the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. Reporting live, Tom Bakar, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, the closure of the bridge certainly having a major impact. Tom, thank you very much. And we have the very latest on the traffic conditions on our website. Be sure to check it out at ktvu.com.
Fans and friends from the Bay Area and beyond are remembering baseball great Frank Robinson. He died today in Los Angeles at the age of 83. He is still the only player ever to win MVP awards in both leagues. He later broke ground as the first black manager in Major League Baseball. Robinson was a former manager of the Giants, among other teams. During a career that spanned 21 years, Hall of Fame slugger Frank Robinson hit 586 home runs, placing him 10th on the all-time list before breaking down barriers as the first full-time African-American manager in Major League history. Born in Texas on August 31st, 1935, Robinson moved to Oakland at the age of 4. He graduated from McClymonds High School and was immediately drafted by the Cincinnati Reds in 1953. Robinson rewrote the record books during his rookie year in 1956, taking the Rookie of the Year title in the National League. He won his first MVP award in 1961. And what will go down as one of the worst trades for the Baltimore Orioles in 1966, an extraordinary year in his career. He took the Triple Crown MVP award, becoming the first player ever to win MVPs in both leagues before leading the Orioles to a World Series victory. His second World Series ring with Baltimore came in 1970. After retiring from playing in 1976, Robinson remained heavily involved in baseball, including managing the Giants from 81 to 84. 5 years later, in 89, Robinson won Manager of the Year with the Baltimore Orioles. Most recently, he served as the Senior VP of Major League Operations. Major League Baseball gave Robinson its greatest honor in 1982, inducting him into the Hall of Fame as a Baltimore Oriole.
Young boy in Oakland, California, playing on an asphalt baseball field. He didn't dare dream, not even dare think, wouldn't even dare let the thought enter his mind that he would one day be standing up here.
In 2005, Robinson was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by George W. Bush.
The United States honors Frank Robinson for his extraordinary achievements as a baseball player and manager and for setting a lasting example of character in athletics.
Frank Robinson, an American icon, will be remembered for his unending commitment to America's pastime. And his friend, basketball legend Bill Russell, tweeted this: heartbreaking news in the passing of my dear friend and McClymonds High School classmate, Frank Robinson. It was my pleasure and great honor to have known him. We all know we lost one of the greats. What we really lost was a friend. Frank Robinson leaves behind his wife, Barbara, and daughter, Michelle. So far, there's no word on funeral arrangements.
Repair crews have been hoping to reopen Geary Boulevard in San Francisco following yesterday's fire, even as the investigation and repair work continue. KQ's Kristen Captain live now for us at the scene of that massive gas line explosion and fire yesterday. So, Kristen, any timeline on when, in fact, Geary will reopen?
Yeah, we have heard estimates that Geary could be reopened as early as 4 o'clock in both directions. But if you take a look, you can see that while the traffic going eastbound is still open over there on the westbound lanes, traffic still not moving. Repair work underway. As we turn here to the left, you can see a lot of work, a big change since yesterday. Those broken up windows in the H&R Block building have been repaired, but still so much work to do here at the Hong Kong Lounge. Since today, those who had to flee the fire yesterday are back to see the damage for themselves. Crews spent the day sizing up the damage caused by Wednesday's massive natural gas fire and beginning repairs. The building closest to the ruptured line, the location of Hong Kong Lounge 2, was red tagged, too dangerous to enter. Warren Lee owns the building across the street. Yellow tag, damaged but salvageable. He watched the fire scorch the side of his newly painted building.
Well, my sister texted KTVU actually as your live website, and I was watching. I just couldn't believe my eyes.
He returned today to inspect the broken windows and scorched paint. Thankful for the firefighters who put a wall of water between his building and the flames.
I couldn't tell whether this was a fire was burning my building, but then as the helicopter was going around, and I was able to see from a different angle that the fire was pushing my building, but then it was direction from the water.
Lieutenant Donald Cutler also thankful for the hard work of the first responders.
The fire department, police department, PG&E really did an incredible job of taking control of a really dangerous situation.
Last night, he took his family to a friend's home who happened to be out of town, returning today to see the damage for himself.
The fire department, police department, PG&E really did an incredible job of taking control of a really dangerous situation.
The San Francisco Department of Building Inspection
The other building, the water damage, we want to work as fast as we can to have the tenant go back to normal.
And we are learning more about how a 12-inch gas line was ruptured. Verizon confirmed that a contractor, Mastec, was working to lay a fiber optic line. OSHA today said an employee of the subcontractor, Hilford Engineering, headquartered in San Francisco's Richmond district, was actually at the controls at the time of the rupture. Now, we have reached out to the NTSB. They are launching a federal investigation, and last word did have an 8-person crew en route here to San Francisco from Washington, D.C. We are still waiting for that crew from the NTSB to arrive here. We hope to catch up with them and find out what their investigation yields as they begin and launch that investigation. For now, we're live here in San Francisco. Christian Cath and KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, still much more work to be done, Christian. Thank you.
All right, we're going to talk about the weather, and it was another chilly start to the day for many across the Bay Area. Mark is here now to tell us how long the cold temperatures will last.
Well, Alex, it looks like the cool weather pattern will stick around into the weekend. What will change is some rainfall. We're going to have some rain to our forecast in your Friday outlook and beyond. In fact, the line, we are expecting a significant pattern to develop next week that could bring up the rain totals quite a bit. We're watching out for that. Quick check on the rainfall since last October, and you see most areas doing okay. 84 to about 95% of average. Santa Rosa over 20 inches of rain going back to October 1st. Now here's the Friday rainfall forecast. Most areas have been falling within this range, 1/4 of an inch to over an inch. And it looks like things will be starting out fairly slow in the morning hours. The chance of a few scattered showers, but then things ramping up by the afternoon by 12, by 3. So it looks like the afternoon and the evening commute could be a bit of a challenge with some more rainfall soaking the Bay Area roadways. Here's a satellite showing you this. You can see the upper level winds, and also you can see the circulation. And this is our system developing offshore. Right now, we have some clouds approaching Northern California and the Bay Area. In fact, that's kind of been the only change for today, with more clouds moving in from the Pacific. Current numbers, we'll check in on some of those cool numbers, but actually a little bit warmer compared to yesterday in a few spots. Oakland, 56 degrees. San Jose, 57. San Francisco, 56. And Santa Rosa right now, 52 degrees. Just amazing, isn't it? Looking at our live camera, pointed out toward Mount Hamilton. So it has been a cold weather pattern. And in a few days, especially by Sunday, we're going to drop snow levels once again. The key difference, we're not going to have as much rainfall linked to that cold weather pattern developing over the weekend. Overnight lows, 30s and 40s, just a chance of a few sprinkles, a few scattered showers. Here we are in San Francisco, and then into the afternoon hours. Steady rainfall developing. This is 12 o'clock, and then rain likely as we head toward 3 o'clock. So lots of track on the next few days. Perfect timing to update the KTVU weather app. We have that, it's going to be at the App Store right now. Check it out. We have updated radar to help you navigate through the commute. In fact, a nice traffic element added to this weather app and an hour-by-hour forecast. And we'll have more on the forecast coming up in your 5-day in a little bit.
All right, Mark, thank you. Teachers in Oakland are meeting in about an hour to prepare for a possible strike. They're being invited to put together strike-related picket signs and banners. On Monday, district teachers voted overwhelmingly to authorize a strike. They want a raise and smaller class sizes, along with other resources, including counselors and nurses. Yesterday, the district supervisor said she is optimistic that a deal can be reached here. No date for a possible strike has been set.
It is a question that all of us here in California are struggling with, how to best address police use of force. Well, coming up, we're going to hear from both sides of rival bills that will affect law enforcement here in California.
And up next, a legal battle between the New York Police Department and the navigation app Waze. Why police say users of the app are in violation of the law.
Plus, we are keeping an eye on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge as inspections continue there and rush hour traffic continues to build.
To overwhelm the response, Score for America by Peterson Dean is continuing to give prepaid gift cards worth up to $3,000. Become your own utility when you buy any 12-panel or more solar system or new roof from Peterson Dean, and we'll give you a prepaid credit card good for 15% of your materials. That's up to $3,000 going right back into your pocket. Use it however you want. Plus, pay nothing down, no interest. You don't even have to make a payment until 2021. The 30% federal tax credit on solar decreases at the end of the year, so don't wait. Call today to get huge savings on your electricity forever. 15% back instantly as a prepaid card, so you don't even have to make a payment for 2 years. Get installed by the most experienced team in the business for 36 years and over 1 million roofs and solar systems installed. Gift cards for call 888-719-5196. That's 888-719-5196. Time to hit the timer. I'm here for fresh selfie.
The great tasty nutrition ensures with up to 30 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. It's sure for strength and energy. Introducing Artificial Turf Express, your one-stop shop for quality artificial turf at warehouse prices, with everything you need to complete your project. Thousands of feet in stock and ready for pickup. Visit our San Jose showroom today. Artificial Turf Express.
When it comes to Medicare health plans, why do so many people choose Kaiser Permanente Senior Advantage? Is it because there's zero annual deductible?
And zero copays for preventive care.
Or because you get quality care and affordable coverage?
That also includes prescription drug coverage.
Maybe it's because you can visit your doctor, get tests, and refill prescriptions.
Often in one convenient location.
Or because you get your choice of all available Kaiser Permanente doctors. Kaiser Permanente's Medicare health plan is rated 5 out of 5 stars in California, 8 years in a row. That's Medicare's highest possible rating, and it means you can enroll right now.
Call 1-877-752-7928 to speak with one of our Kaiser Permanente Medicare specialists and get your free Kaiser Permanente guide to Medicare.
There is a battle brewing between the New York Police Department and the navigation app Waze. The law enforcement agency claims that it's illegal for users to share information about police activity and checkpoints, and they sent Waze's parent company Google a letter demanding the tech giant remove the function from the Waze app that permits the public to report DUI checkpoints. Now, Google says they believe that feature helps drivers be safe. For more on all this, we're joined now by Jim Dempsey, Executive Director at the Berkeley Center for Law and Technology. Jim, appreciate you coming on today. So the NYPD says that Waze is encouraging reckless driving with this reporting feature. What do you make of that argument?
Well, at some level, I understand their frustration, but I really think you have to look at this in terms of deterrence. You know, certainly when I see one of those police ahead symbols on my Waze, I immediately check my speedometer. If I'm going too fast, I slow down. I think that's good. I think that's good for enforcement and good for deterrence. And drunk driving may be a special case, but I think if people see these and they realize the police are out there, they may think twice about driving while drunk.
And we see this all the time here in California. Police departments, they publicize upcoming DUI checkpoints on a regular basis. Yeah, so I mean, it's meant to be a deterrent, as you said.
Yeah, exactly. And you've long seen those signs, of course, that say speed limit radar enforced, or you've seen those signs that say, you know, speed camera ahead. So I'd like to see some data, you know, on what really works here, and rather than say just ban the thing entirely, take a look at the bigger picture and public awareness. And if the police are out there, and you know, you're driving the day you're driving sober, you see it, and you say, wow, well, next time I go out drinking, I better take Uber or Lyft because I see the police are out there.
Let me ask you about this, because the NYPD, in its letter to Waze's parent company, Google, they also are claiming that individual users of the app are breaking the law when they post where police officers are located. Is that illegal?
Public fucking law.
Yeah, you know, I am a lawyer, but I don't play one on TV. I think the simple answer is it varies a lot from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. You know, we all know the international signal for police head, which is the oncoming car flashes its lights at you. Is that legal, illegal?
It's illegal.
There's a lot from jurisdiction to jurisdiction.
But can I, if I'm just driving down the street and I see...
It's illegal for the police to have their flashes on like that.
Can I put it on social media? Is there anything wrong with that?
Well, to me, there is an interesting First Amendment question there, exactly. I mean, do you have a bit of a free speech right to do that? But clearly there are some laws, again, they're going to vary a lot from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, but there are laws about interfering with enforcement activities. On the other hand, you know, going back a number of years ago when people used to have those radar warning devices, I think those were illegal in most states. So, and you know, obviously the truckers used to use their CB radios to warn each other about police. So it's sort of a long history of this, and I think rather than fighting the technology, I'd like to see the police look for ways to take advantage of it.
Sort of embrace it. All right, well, we have to leave the discussion there. Really appreciate you coming on. That's Jim Dempsey, Executive Director at the Berkeley Center for Law and Technology. Thanks so much.
Take care.
Take care.
More than 400 community leaders gathered at Facebook headquarters there in Menlo Park today for the company's third annual Communities Summit. Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg spoke, saying that while Facebook's mission all along has been to give people the power to connect, it has expanded to give users platforms to build communities. In a candid moment, Sandberg also shared her experience of grief after her husband died suddenly back in 2015, and she spoke of how a Facebook group made up of others dealing with similar heartache offered her much-needed support. She said that Facebook communities have become the backbone of the company. But Sandberg also acknowledged it's facing challenging times and has a lot of work to do to protect its users.
We know that the platforms we build, the services we build, people do bad things too. And we have to do a much better job preventing that because elections are so critical, because people getting real news is so critical.
Facebook today also unveiled some new tools, including one that lets users find mentors and mentees in Facebook groups all around the world. Another tool helps people sign up to be blood donors here in the U.S.
Up next here on the floor, we have a live update on the traffic backup and the inspections that are taking place right now on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. Continuing coverage of this developing story right after the break.
And be sure to tune in tonight at 8 for Gotham, followed by the Orville at 9. And then stick around for the 10 and 11 o'clock news right here on KTVU.
The nominations are in. What self-important preening frog are they honoring this year? You. Next, Big Bang.
Tonight at 7 and 7:30 on Fox 2.
When the world is watching and you need your logo to be perfect, you need certainty. At 4imprint, we give you the ultimate guarantee. Because when something has your logo on it, it matters. To you, your customers, your coworkers, and to us. Our wide selection always changes to keep up with the latest trends. But there is one thing we deliver that's timeless. Certainty. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint. For certain.
To all of you who love go-karts, laser tag, and water slides, may we suggest another cruise line? To all of you explorers looking to discover, to all of you foodies looking to indulge, to all you music lovers looking to be moved, may we suggest your next cruise? We're Holland America Line. We're not for everybody, but we might be perfect for you.
At AT&T, we believe in access. The opportunity for everyone to explore a digital world, connecting with the things that matter most. And because nothing keeps us more connected than the internet, we've created Access from AT&T. California households with at least one resident who receives SNAP or SSI benefits may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, deposit, or installation fee. Visit att.com/access now to learn more.
One time I got a 6-foot teddy bear.
Come on, exercise equipment.
I don't want anything that goes in the kitchen. No lingerie.
Lingerie is not a gift for me, it's a gift for you.
If you want to give me a gift, give me a new car.
That's something you gotta get for yourself. It's like everything else.
It's NorCal Honda Dealers Valentine's Day sale. For a limited time, get very attractive offers on every new Honda. It's 2019. Your car is ready.
For years, police personnel records have been sealed.
All this information is denied to family, which really keeps the family in a sick state of pain.
Two investigates a new law that provides transparency and the pushback from police.
I say to them, what are you hiding?
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news on KTVU Fox 2.
Continuing coverage now on the closure of the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. The bridge has been shut down much of the day due to the chunks of cement that have been falling from the bridge.
KTVU's Aliana Gomez is joining us live now from the Richmond Toll Plaza with more on these inspections that are happening right now. Aliana?
Yeah, Alex and Heather, as we talked about earlier, a very fluid situation, a lot of developing information coming in at this point. We want to give you a look here at the traffic that is being diverted from the westbound lanes to the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. They're all being diverted off here to just basically loop around right here. You see those cars just kind of looping around, and they're turning around going back towards Richmond because they cannot get over to the San Rafael side at this time. The upper deck of the San Rafael Bridge is closed. However, CHP just informed us that they opened one lane again on the lower deck. So what we just got from CHP moments ago is that when engineers were conducting their inspections, again, as we told you, they're continuing their inspections, they noticed some falling concrete again. And they said that the size of it was anywhere from a pebble to a baseball. So they decided immediately they were going to stop traffic in that lane. They were going to shut down that portion of the bridge. So again, they just have one lane open. And for more, I want to bring in now the Public Information Officer of Caltrans. This is Vince Chicala. He's been here all afternoon giving us the latest information on this. And talk to us about what's going on right now, Vince.
Well, we've reopened one of the lanes on the lower deck of the bridge, but obviously the westbound lanes are all closed right now, and that's until further notice. So we've been doing inspections throughout the day, and that made it possible for us to do more inspections and then close the bridge. So we're going to have the westbound lanes closed until further notice. So at this point, our main message to everyone is just basically avoid the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, especially if you're going westbound. So there may be intermittent closures or full closures going on through the evening commute. And obviously, we want to make sure that it's safe for everybody. So we want everyone to be safe, and that safety is our main priority. So we just want to make sure that the bridge is safe before we open more lanes. But we understand it's a busy time.
And it is a busy time, and we're getting into the height of the evening commute now. A lot of people trying to make their way home from various areas across the Bay Area. Earlier, we said that we're going to be opening all lanes of the bridge by 6 p.m. Is that deadline now moved away? And do we know when that's going to happen?
Originally, the plan was to open all the lanes by 6 o'clock tonight, but obviously during the inspections, we found some other things that need to be addressed. So obviously, safety is our main priority. So
I fucked this damn horse up.
Closed westbound until further notice, and that may be going on through the afternoon into the evening period. So if you can avoid the San Rafael Richmond Bridge, then do so and use other routes.
Okay. All right, Vince Chicala, Public Information Officer with Caltrans. We thank you so much for giving us the latest information. You heard it from Caltrans. Stay away, find alternate routes because the westbound lanes are completely closed at this time. No word on when they'll reopen. And we're also told that CHP, they're not sure whether it was the engineers conducting an inspection or whether it was the cars driving over the upper deck that made the concrete fall again onto the lower deck. So we're still working to find out more information. For now, we're live at the Richmond Toll Plaza. Back to you guys.
Yeah, clearly this is going to be an issue for quite a while. Thank you.
Here on the force, 2 use of force policies are heading to Sacramento, one backed by law enforcement, the other backed by the ACLU and some community activists. We're going to hear from both sides coming up next.
It's down to the final 3. Who will win it all? The winner of season 18 is Friday at 8 on KTVU Fox 10.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want Waze and Amazon Alexa compatibility, get a Ford. If you want a car that doesn't have any of that, get anything but a Ford. Otherwise, you're gonna want a Ford.
Get an extra $1,000 when you trade. That's $5,000 total cash, plus another $1,000 on Explorer. Only at your California Ford dealers. Learn more at buyfordnow.com.
Hey, you! The one with the designer dog collar. Wondering how I upgraded to this sweet pad? A 1,200 square foot bathroom and my very own spa. All I had to do was give my human the look. With Wells Fargo's 3% down payment on a fixed rate loan and a simpler online application, getting into my dream home was easier than ever. Get your human to visit wellsfargo.com/woof. What would she do without me?
I knew about Hand and Stone for a while, and then my husband had given me a gift card. It took me a while to really make that appointment, but once I did, I was hooked. Caitlin is my massage therapist. She is just wonderful. She just really figures out what areas need to be worked on. I'm like, how did you know that was sore?
Buy a spa package for Valentine's Day and enjoy a free massage or facial.
If I could, I'd just move in.
Hey, look at me like that.
Our car.
tech this took us.
You don't even take care of me when I don't feel good. I take care of you all.
I take care of you all the time.
And if I can get comfortable keeping this ticket safe and protected, you can get comfortable
I
doing
gave you some milk.
Preparation H. Get comfortable with it.
Hi, Susan. Honey.
Yeah?
I respect that, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this new Robitussin honey.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
New Robitussin honey, because it's never just a cough.
We know you can always find common ground on the water. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Now with free 2-day shipping.
After months of negotiations, law enforcement and civil liberties groups are introducing rival police use of force bills. A Senate bill altered by Senator Ana Caballero of Salinas and backed by a number of law enforcement agencies would present changes to California's use of force statutes. For more on all this, we're joined now by Brian Marvell, president of the Peace Officers Research Association of California. Brian, we appreciate you coming on today. Help us understand the piece of legislation that your organization is supporting. How would it adjust the standard for when a police officer here in California can use deadly force?
We really took a comprehensive approach to our bill. We're trying to look at the statutes, the training, and dealing with homelessness, mental health, and substance abuse issues. But we really wanted to dive down to the root causes of why we're having these types of incidents and how can we reduce them. Obviously, the loss of life is very tragic, and no officer in the state of California wants to have to use deadly force. But the reality is we're thrust into a variety of situations where we have to make those split-second decisions.
So this piece of legislation, would it have exact wording, an exact sort of set of policies, a standard for when an officer would be allowed to use deadly force?
Yeah, what we do is we're trying to keep the Grand Versus Connor standard, which has been set down by the Supreme Court. It pretty much regulates all use of force incidents throughout the entire United States. And then we're elevating the statute that gets quoted quite often from 1872, which has been voided anyways through Supreme Court law, and bringing it up to Tennessee versus Garner, which allows officers to be able to use all the tools necessary to make sure that they apprehend the fleeing felon.
And as we know, there is a rival bill that is moving forward as well. This piece of legislation is supported by the ACLU, and the author, Assemblymember Shirley Weber of San Diego, she essentially says that this bill would only allow officers to use deadly force when there is an immediate threat to either themselves or to others. Is there anything you see wrong with that standard?
Yeah, it pretty much basically says that officers are going to be discriminated against self-defense. We cannot use the same self-defense that other non-peace officers can use. We think that's a violation of the Constitution under the Equal Rights Clause. So we have a lot of concerns with that. We really want to be able to have officers to be able to utilize all the tools in their use of force policies. That's one of the other issues that we address is by making sure that all the use of force policies are brought up to an equal level across the state. So every peace officer is going to have a minimum set standard on use of force policies.
I know how to get a bunch of y'all XPs.
California on the forefront of use of force throughout the United States. And the third leg of the stool, which is the mental health, the homelessness, the with the reduction of police forces, with the reduction of funding for posts, which mandates the training and sets the training, more and more stuff is being thrust on peace officers to be able to handle all types of circumstances. Well, let's try to expand that and bring professionals in that have profession, that are skilled in homelessness and addiction. Absolutely. Let's get them to support police, and let's have the police support them so we don't have to be involved in all of these deadly incidents.
All right. That is Brian Marvell, president of the Peace Officer Union Federation. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay, so for now, let's talk about the other side of the bill that's being supported by the ACLU, and I'm joined by Kat Brooks, Executive Director of Justice Teams Network. who is backing Assembly Bill 392. Kat, thank you so much for being here. Some aspects of this bill are similar to the bill that we just talked about, the one that's being introduced in the Senate, but there are differences. I'll even describe those differences for me.
Right. So the law enforcement bill does not require them to exhaust all other alternatives before utilizing deadly force. It also, while it talks about you should have de-escalation mentioned in your use of force policy, it doesn't recommend it or mandate it. So those are the two biggest differences. Our bill says that you have to exhaust every single alternative before you use lethal force, including de-escalation, negotiation, commands, you name it, trying to get the person that they're engaging with to comply without killing them.
Law enforcement, as you were hearing in that piece with Alex, sort of argue that when you are in that situation, it was, it's split-second decisions, it is life and death, and to sort of go through a checklist of things that you need to do is unrealistic.
I think it's unrealistic for law enforcement to expect communities, particularly communities of color, to continue to accept that those split-second decisions, like the one that killed Stephon Clark, who had a cell phone and a gun, is a rational excuse for us to continue to lose community members. California law enforcement agencies kill more people than any other state in the country. Kern County, as a matter of fact, kills more people than any other county in the country. California law enforcement isn't getting it right.
Okay, so you talk a little bit about why you believe this bill is better. What do you hope that it will?
I would say it's lives. That is ultimately what we want. We want lives to be saved. We want people to stop dying unnecessarily. We want to shift the standard of the ways in which communities of color are engaged by law enforcement and change a paradigm.
You also heard the gentleman there talk about that he's afraid that this is going to discriminate against officers' right to self-defense, and I heard you say that's not true.
That's absolutely not true, and you can see in the bill language that was introduced by Shirley Weber of San Diego, who's the author of this bill, that it clearly states that officers would be able to enact the same self-defense clause that you and I could if our lives were threatened and we defended it. But like us, they would have to defend that decision.
And what about the other argument, Kat, that if the person that is being approached by police, the suspect, let's say, if that suspect just followed the commands of police, things would not escalate?
As a person of color, they would deal with an officer.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
80% of the people that are killed by law enforcement are dealing with mental health issues.
Huh?
People in the throes of that, or disabilities, can't hear, can't see, they also don't respond to commands. We need to change the practice.
Before I can answer you to the right department, I need to read the call in a few words.
Okay.
What I agree with him on, though, is standardizing the use of force all across
I called Geico at 11 o'clock this morning.
And it should be the highest
Come out
standard
to
that we
get
can possibly
my
get.
service.
We're asking them
Never
to do
showed up,
what they
never
did with
called.
the Parkland shooter, what they did with Dylan Roof, what they did in Minnesota just the other day with a man who fired a gun into the head of a bus driver. If you don't take these people who are armed and show them that they are willing to use their firearm in Georgia, you can apply that standard.
Who?
Important conversation. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it.
So you got him? They killed him?
I'll take you connected with an insurance expert.
He's coming towards me?
Here's where to watch the Bay Area's premier live local 17 newscast on KTVU Plus.
Celebrity Cruises was voted Best Premium Cruise Line for the 11th year in a row. And to celebrate, we're giving you our best offer of the year. For a limited time, get a premium beverage package, unlimited Wi-Fi, prepaid tips, and $150 to spend on
We apologize for the delay because we know your time is important.
Alaska, the
Your
Caribbean,
efforts to follow your policy.
offer ends today, so click or call to book now.
You'll be surprised at what you can do, from adding a vehicle to seeing how much
There's your
different
viewers.
coverage is cost.
Actually, that's my view.
Handle your insurance needs now. Feel free to
I swear it.
check it out. Otherwise, please stay on the line for a Geico representative.
Is it blue or red?
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that.
It's right near me?
Lineup is full of surprises.
It's Diana Yolanda speaking.
Did he die now?
Pay no interest for 72 months for most of your plans.
This is the boy. How are you?
I'm okay.
Glad you're
Let me
back.
get the point.
How you feeling?
Guys.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, and I would be more than happy to change that around for you today.
Finally be able to make that conversation happen.
Nothing right now is already done already.
Well, you gave us a call, so I can follow up with you. What would you like to do for you today?
I need you to check on why I called you guys about 11. I don't know what time it was, about 11 something this morning.
So cute. I could
For
just
roadside service.
Yeah.
They never showed up, they never called, and nothing. And here it is, 5 o'clock.
I'm here. You're there. I apologize for that. Now, I'm actually in a different department than roadside assistant, so I can get you transferred over to them. They can definitely help you with that request today, okay?
Both come with small fries and a small shaker sweet.
What's better than having fast, reliable Wi-Fi with coverage throughout your home? How about having internet that can help you save on wireless phone service? Xfinity gives you the fastest speeds for all your devices. Plus, now that Xfinity Mobile is included, you can switch your wireless carrier and save hundreds of dollars a year. Talk and text as much as you want and only pay for data.
Customer Geico. I called this morning about 11, somewhere 11. 11:05, 11:10,
We need to clarify a
like
story from our earlier
you
newscast
guys
today
come
about
out and give
layoffs
me
at
some
Tesla.
road
A Tesla
assistance.
representative reached out to
Nobody
say that the
showed
layoffs that
up,
we
nobody
mentioned
called,
had been
nobody
previously
did
announced
nothing.
and are
I was
not a new
wondering
round
why.
of layoffs as the story suggested. Now, we do regret that confusion. Tesla is cutting its workforce by roughly 7%. The company says the impacted employees were notified starting 3 weeks ago.
2 words. 2 words.
Proposed by Democratic lawmakers.
Hey, I can get you a lot of experience points. This will trip you out too.
Are one of the biggest existential threats to our way of life.
It's the framework for the Green New Deal, rolled out Thursday by lawmakers, including freshman New York.
I just need 2 people to do it.
Cortez. The non-binding resolution calls for a 10-year plan that goes far beyond addressing climate change to address wealth redistribution too. Provides single-payer health care for all, federal job guarantees, except for those on
Yeah. Huh? I didn't know shit.
I think it was through the mobile app.
She told Politico on Wednesday, nobody knows what's in the deal, and quote, but they're for it, right? Today, she backtracked a bit, saying, we welcome the enthusiasm that is there. The speaker also named members to a select committee on the climate crisis, but Ocasio-Cortez was not among them. The freshman congresswoman says
She did in fact invite me to be on the committee, and so I don't think that this is a snub. I don't think that this is any, anything like that.
the deal calls for the elimination of air travel by building high-speed and removing combustion engines from the roads. It would impose costs in the trillions of dollars, resulting in the loss of 1 million jobs and devastate international commerce. The Green New Deal is a non-binding resolution, so its passage in the House will only be symbolic. It's controlled the Senate and White House. It's dead on arrival.
45-54.
Fox News.
Let's head back now outside to get an update on our weather. And boy, the shot is beautiful, Mark, but it's a little deceiving because it's pretty chilly out there.
It is chilly. In fact, kind of the cool weather pattern into the weekend. A beautiful dramatic shot there. Clouds, nice
But, man, this was at 11 o'clock this morning.
Thursday evening.
I got it done already. I'm just calling to let you know that nobody showed up. Nobody called me. Nothing. I called the guys at 11 something this morning. Somebody should have had a courtesy to give me a call to find out really if I needed road service or not. I called early this morning to get road service because my battery
Tuesday morning.
got my car. So what happened, I had to call my son. My son came over and helped me with it.
Sunday, there's not going to be a lot of moisture left over, so had enough moisture to generate widespread snow. So I'm not expecting with the weather advisories here in the Bay Area or anything like that, but still maybe a dusting for the high peak up about 3,000 feet. Here's a close look at the satellite. There's our circulation on shore, and there we go, some cloud cover. start out today with just fair skies, but the clouds have steadily been marching into early California and the Bay Area. We'll check out some of the current numbers. Most areas are still in the 50s, a little bit warmer compared to yesterday. San Francisco right now 55, Fremont 54, and Santa Rosa 52 degrees. Now, last time before, you're looking at toward San Francisco Bay, you see some of those clouds working their way back into the winter. So no raindrops expected.
Yeah, well, I called in this morning.
Late tonight, the chance of a few sprinkles moving into portions of the Bay Area. But here's
early this morning. That was at 11.
It'll be on the cool side. Here's the weather.
They sent me
This will be the source.
They sent me a text message
in your Friday forecast.
It'll
possibly be heavy at times. And then
415 number.
And this cool weather
I'll give you the number right now.
Hold on. Showers. This weekend should not be a washout, but still unsettled. Where we have some sunshine, some passing clouds, and some scattered showers. And as we mentioned, some lower snow levels potentially as we head into Sunday. That has been an epic week in the Sierra in terms of major snowfall. We're going to add to those bases even more. With the winter storm watch being prepped, this begins 4 p.m. Friday. All weekend long until 4 a.m. on Monday. Looking up above 8,000 feet, we could easily have amounts approaching 24 to 36 inches, maybe a few isolated amounts, a few isolated areas picking up. But more than that, even down to 2,500 feet, we could have snow amounts around 6 to 12 inches. So here we are tomorrow morning, some clouds, possibility of some scattered showers. This is the afternoon hours on Friday. And then into 3, 4 o'clock, still some steady rainfall coming on board. And then 9 o'clock Saturday. Notice we're not completely covered in the green, but still the possibility of some scattered showers, and that's throughout the day on Saturday. 418. Still the possibility of a shower. Best chance moving forward Sunday morning. Highs tomorrow, look at that, on the cool side. Upper 40s only. 545. Santa Rosa and Santa Fe, San Francisco 51. And 41 to 98. Forecast temperatures still on the cool side. Off and on showers into the weekend. Maybe a little bit of Monday, Tuesday, but then beyond that, we're tracking another significant storm Wednesday. So it looks like the storm track that remain pretty active for the next few days.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Mark. Thank you. Julie's here now in the newsroom with some of the stories we're working on for KTVU, Fox 2 News, and Julie will follow the latest developments on this major bridge closure here in the Bay Area.
Alex, yes, the Richmond Bridge remains closed to this hour after pieces of concrete from the upper roadway, and that's creating traffic problems. Coming up tonight at 5, we'll take a look at the impact from today's bridge closure.
And some serious technical issues for one major bank.
Many Wells Fargo customers across the country experienced an alarming outage today. Many were unable to access their accounts or even use their debit and credit cards. We'll have the latest on that outage and it's all coming up at the top of the hour at 5.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hold on.
When cravings hit, get back. Choose Glucerna with slow-release carbs to help manage blood sugar and start making everyday progress. Glucerna. When it comes to Medicare health plans, why do so many people choose Kaiser Permanente Senior Advantage? Is it because there's zero annual deductible?
And zero co-pays for preventive care.
Or because you get quality care and affordable coverage?
That also includes prescription drug coverage.
Maybe it's because you can visit your doctor, get tests, and refill prescriptions.
Often in one convenient location.
Or because you get your choice of all available Kaiser Permanente doctors.
And all available doctors and even specialists welcome Kaiser Permanente Medicare Health Plan members.
Or is it because Kaiser Permanente's Medicare Health Plan is rated 5 out of 5 stars in California 8 years in a row? That's Medicare's highest possible rating. And it means you can enroll right now. That's right. Our 5-star rating means you can enroll right now.
You can enroll online or by phone in as little as 20 minutes. What are you waiting for?
Call now to get your free Kaiser Permanente Guide to Medicare.
Choosing the right Medicare health plan can be easy.
Call Kaiser Permanente.
There's zero annual deductible and zero co-pays for preventive care. You get quality care and with prescription drug coverage. You can visit your doctor, get tests, and refill prescriptions, often in one convenient location. You get your choice of all available Kaiser Permanente doctors.
And the peace of mind that comes from knowing your Medicare health plan has earned 5 out of 5 stars, which also means you can enroll right now.
Call 1-877-748-3025 now to speak with one of our Kaiser Permanente Medicare specialists and get your free Kaiser Permanente guide to Medicare. That's 1-877-748-3025 or visit us at kp.org/stars and get your free Kaiser Permanente guide to Medicare.
Before and after. It's not magic, it's the American Kitchen Company. Your designers, craftsmen, and engineers. A team you can trust from start to finish. The American Kitchen Company, your leading expert in residential remodel.
Geico submitted your request for roadside
Submit.
Spring training in Arizona next week.
Submit your request.
First spring training game is about 2 weeks away now. This Saturday, the Giants are going to hold their annual Fan Fest at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Tens of thousands of people will be on hand for this year's event. The event is free. It will happen between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Several players will be available for autographs.
Like I said, nobody called me.
Organizers say this is a great way to kick off the baseball season.
You know, I was sitting in my car right in front of my house.
Kickoff, so I think people are excited about the season, and that's one thing about the Super Bowl is men's baseball season. And
wet weather and forecast, but we're told the event is going to go on, rain or shine. Opening day for the San Francisco Giants is April 5th. They face off against the Tampa Bay Rays.
I'm ready for baseball. A Tony Award-winning play is about to make its way to San Francisco. It has Harry Potter fans very excited. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child will be at the current theater from October 23rd through May 17th last year. The play focuses on a grown-up Harry Potter. It has won 6 Tony Awards, including Best Play. Tickets go on sale to the public on March 14th at 11 a.m., but there will be priority access beginning on March 11th.
Quite the crowd. Well, that's it for us here on the 4 KCBU Fox 2 News. Right after this break.
Your policy number.
Download the new
418
Weather app. The power
5454.
NorCal Honda dealers countdown to President's Day is on. You have 2 weeks to get the best deal of the year on a new Honda. 360 hours, 10,000 new Hondas. Thousands in savings.
Came out of it, man.
Civics for just $199.
And I wouldn't be
Accords for just $249. CRVs for just $229. Visit your NorCal Honda dealer's President's Day event and get the best deal of the year before it's too late.
Is your closet a mess, or maybe
it kind of bothers me why nobody
The Marie Kondo certified expert as she shows us how to bring joy into tidying up tomorrow on Morning
Call when in it. I called at 11.
Time in the bathroom with recurring constipation and belly pain? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Yes, Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation or chronic constipation. Linzess can help relieve your belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movement. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently to help you get ahead of your recurring constipation and belly pain. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm you. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. So say yes.
My name is Mr. Boy.
Constipation. Yes to
My
help.
son's name is
Talk to your doctor and say yes.
I didn't call her now.
And you said the text message you got back gave you the number 418-545-4198.
And where better to do that than the island of Ireland.
Text message 418
is the best compass
5454198.
So I looked into that phone number and that is registered.
Let's use today as an opportunity to celebrate what's to come.
People doing stupid things in the name
That's
of
me, man.
I should have had car sex with the nice girl.
You'll get through this.
Okay, I am getting
I'm actually blowing something up now.
On KTVU Fox 2. KTVU Fox 2 News at 5 starts now.
A traffic nightmare after crews were forced to close the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge in both directions after pieces of concrete fell from the upper deck. Authorities closed the bridge about 10:30 this morning after the first report that pieces of concrete had fallen from the upper deck down to the lower deck. Good evening, everyone. I'm Frank Salino.
And I'm Julie here. One lane is open on the lower deck of the bridge which travels east toward Richmond. But it didn't take long for the closure to have an effect on traffic around the Bay Area. Here's a live look.
They lying.
The westbound lanes
Cause we was out in front.
I would have it on my phone.
Yeah, what number did they call? They ain't call nobody.
I would have it on my phone call.
There on the upper deck, which again is completely shut down. The cars are being turned around on the lower deck, as we mentioned. One of two lanes is open. KTVU's Aliana Gomez live near the toll plaza at the San Rafael Bridge on the east side of the bridge.
So why did you say you called? You called?
The bridge is going to fully reopen.
It don't make too much sense, man.
Well, to answer your last question, Frank, we do not know yet whether the bridge is going to fully reopen. Caltrans asked CHP that question earlier, and they said they were going to reopen all lanes at 6, and we know that that time is now going to be pushed back significantly. We don't know when exactly yet, but we will keep checking to find out. A look at the situation now. It's kind of interesting to see. You never see this. An empty toll plaza here. You can see the lines ahead that say closed.
I was sitting right there in the car, man. I was sitting in the car. I sat in the car until 3 o'clock, man.
Nobody ain't came up nowhere. They just trying to cover that ass.
Until 3 o'clock.
They trying to cover that ass.
I would have it in my call. Nobody called me.
Man, they was call that number.
I'm just saying, they should have drove down the street. I'm just saying, it's part of
I gave the lady my phone.
We on some bullshit.
650-630-4554.
4554.
I've been having the phone number for almost 18
I want to do some more research on insurance because this thing is ridiculous. We haven't got a statement. We got a cancellation already, but
From where?
And we do know
From Geico?
last month when I did that cancellation.
Oh yeah.
So take that into account.
Well, they only did it cause
Some video now that we took earlier today.
the fuck wrong with this one?
Yeah, they should have that shit figured out, but we got to insurance.
CHP gave our photographer Ryan Cecile an up-close look right under the upper deck to see where
and
that
I've been a loyal customer. My bill was paid
yesterday. Give us an idea of how that
my bill was paid on time.
And we also heard CHP about 45 minutes ago tell us
yesterday.
about why they decided to shut down the bridge once again. Here's what they had to say.
My bill was paid on time. I pay my bill every month.
Sitting there monitoring.
I just called for roadside service. Nobody showed up. Nobody called me. So
it's large enough that
it
he
just,
immediately closed the lanes.
Kind of made me kind of say, well,
he said anywhere from pebble size to.
I don't know, man. And I've been a loyal customer for years with you guys.
Larger than a baseball. Can you imagine that falling on your car driving? Well, that's what happened earlier today. A driver around 10:35 this morning was driving to SFO, and a large piece of concrete fell on their car. They called 911 and said, concrete just fell on our car, but we have no time to stop. We're heading to the airport. We'll have to catch up with you later. So again, engineers are still here conducting their inspections, and that's what they were doing when the concrete started falling again. I asked CHP if what they were doing may have caused the concrete to fall again. They said they can't say for sure. I also asked CHP, well, was it the cars that were driving back over the upper deck that caused the concrete to fall again? And they said they're not sure. It could be one or the other or a combination of both. But the engineers with Caltrans are here trying to figure that out. And of course, once we find out when they will reopen all lanes of traffic, we'll bring it to you first. Frank and Julie? Aliana, thank you.
We talked with one of the drivers who said that he was stuck in traffic for an hour and a half after authorities shut down the bridge. He said some drivers started to go the wrong way to try and get out of the bridge.
But I did run into a friend on the bridge who was trying to get to the Oakland airport to get to San Diego, and they ended up turning around to go the other direction, as did a number of other cars. First they saw some cars backing up to the emergency lane, And then he saw cars just wholesale turning around and driving forward in the opposite direction.
Well, as you see, the driver also took pictures of people who actually got out of their cars to take a look at the bridge and the view during the closure.
Now, the bridge closure has caused many people to take alternate routes. One of the most crowded is Highway 37 near Vallejo. KT News' Tom Baker joins us now live from Mare Island with the traffic situation there. Tom.
Pretty bad situation. I just want to show you something. I want to look over here at this bridge. From where we're standing to the top center of that bridge is approximately a half mile. So from where we are to that top of the bridge, approximately a half mile. I clocked one gasoline tanker because he was easy to follow, and it took him almost 20 minutes to get from where we are up to there, which puts his speed at about 1.5 miles. So this is not a good way to go. However, I must also say that looking at both Google Maps, looking at Waze, they say the trip from here across to Nevada, where you hook up with Highway 101, is about 50 to 51 minutes, which means that this isn't solid all the way over to Sonoma County and Marin County right now. But that is the situation. It's not a pretty sight. As we come back, you can see that this traffic is just barely crawling along. It's crawling along a little bit better than it was a little while ago, but I promise you this road is down now, even though it's 4-lane road, it's down enough that anybody has a breakdown or an accident or fender bender. This is going to get to be a very sticky situation here on Highway 37 as it heads over towards Marin County. Reporting live from Vallejo, Tom Baker, KTV Fox 2.
Tom, thank you.
Here's a look at traffic conditions in other areas. One of the opposite routes would be to take the Bay Bridge and then the Golden Gate Bridge into Marin County. And as you can see right now, the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza looks like not many folks are doing that because traffic is moving along just fine.
Yeah.
Another camera for you right now.
Pay for my next bill.
Over Highway 101 over the Golden Gate Bridge, as you can see.
No,
It's a little bit heavier than the
I don't know, man. You know, like I say, you know.
at this hour.
So again, we're continuing to follow the situation on Richmond San Rafael Bridge.
I don't know. What can you do?
Reopen the bridge sometime tonight. Initially, they said it would be open fully by 6 o'clock, but that has been pushed back. At the moment, the upper deck of the Richmond San Rafael Bridge is completely shut down. On the lower deck, heading in toward Richmond from Marin County, only 1 lane out of 2 lanes is open right now. That will continue.
All right, Tim, give me a credit card. So if it happened again, it's on you.
Gas explosion in San Francisco that burned for more than 2 hours.
Well,
crews have been on the scene on Geary Boulevard around the clock.
They gave me a doubt here for a minute, man. You know, because
KTV's Christian
really stuck somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
residents in the area just
yeah, I was in front of my house. Man, what if I was been stuck out there on the freeway somewhere? I was been like, damn, still sitting out there. You know,
that westbound traffic, 1 lane now headed westbound on Geary. That happened in just the last 10 or 15 minutes. Certainly a welcome sign for anybody whose commute takes them westbound on Geary. You can see the 38R, a major transportation option here in the Richmond district. Now moving
in my file, man,
on Geary. That is one of the new developments. As
you
said, gas service here in the area at
11
now restored. You can see that open right there. We smell the light smell of gas. About half hour would run to the Russian line has now been repaired. It's delivering gas to the area. About 3 to 5 workers are now going door to door to help relight pilot lights in the neighborhood. The issue earlier we heard was that water got inside that line as they were trying to put the fire out. So first crews had to pump that water out and then fill that pipe with gas again to see if there was any leaks. Then they had to repair and repressurize that line. Crews here today sizing up the damage caused by Wednesday's massive natural gas fire and beginning repairs. The building closest to the ruptured line at the location of Hall Lounge 2 was red tagged, too dangerous to enter. Warren Lee owns the building across the street. Yellow tag, damaged but salvageable. He watched the fire soar to the side of his newly painted building.
So if you have no further questions early, I am gonna get off the phone here so I can help more questions. And I hope your nights are. I gotta get better.
You returned today to inspect the broken windows.
a great day, okay?
Thankful for the firefighters who put a
Okay.
wall between the
And I
and the
appreciate you
flames.
calling in so I can get this all documented so we can do better by you in the future.
I was able to see from different angles.
You have a great day.
The fire wasn't touching my building, but then it was
So you have a great day.
Donald Cutler, also thankful for the hard work of the first responders.
Yeah, good night,
The
too,
fire
sir.
department, the police department, PG&E really did an incredible job of taking control of a really dangerous situation. Last night, he took his family to a friend's home who happened to be out of town.
Oh, we apologize.
To see the damage for himself. The fire department, the police department, PG&E really did an incredible job.
Yeah, go ahead.
A dangerous situation. The San Francisco Department of Building Inspection on the scene, inspecting the damage and pledging to fast-track the rebuilding process.
For the Hong Kong Lounge building, they
What
went
the
to a
fuck?
building.
Nobody come out and see you nothing, bro. They had you stranded on death row.
The other building, the water damage, we want to move as fast as we can to have the tenant go back to normal life.
Stranded.
We are learning more.
But you gonna let them go? You gonna let them take? You gonna let them do that to you?
Contractor
Huh?
Aztec was working to
They gonna let them do what?
line. OSHA today said an employee of subcontractor Kilford Engineering, headquartered in San Francisco's Richmond district, was actually at the controls at the time of the rupture. And one more development.
Oh, man.
NTSB, I told you last hour that they're going to have an 8-person crew out here to launch an investigation.
What?
They're going to be holding a press conference around 8 this evening, and we should start to get an idea on what their investigation into this gas line fire here at Geary and Parker in San Francisco was going to look like. We're live here in San Francisco. Christian Captain, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, when we learn new developments, we will bring them to you. Christian, thank you.
Now to get with the search for an armed robbery suspect forced authorities to put 2 schools on lockdown this morning. Those 2 schools were Tyrell Elementary and Glassbrook Elementary. The robbery was reported just before 9 this morning on Gadding Road near Harder Road. A police spokesperson said the search was focused on a nearby apartment complex and that the schools themselves were not searched. The lockdowns were later lifted. No word yet of an arrest in the case.
A major outage for Wells Fargo customers at 5:30. The issue that had some cards declining and how customers are reacting.
Also, a trailblazer for Major League Baseball has died. Coming up, remember the life of Frank Robinson. We also take a look at his ties to the mayor.
But first, Bay Area immigration advocates are heading to Washington, D.C. this weekend. What they're demanding from the Trump administration.
We've got rain back in the forecast and will impact the Friday getaway commute. Also, mountain travel this weekend. See you back here after the break.
Celebrity Cruises was voted Best Premium Cruise Line for the 11th year in a row. And to celebrate, we're giving you our best offer of the year. For a limited time, get a premium beverage package, unlimited Wi-Fi, prepaid tips, and $150 to spend on food, plus savings up to $400 when you
How you sticking in smoking?
Alaska, the Caribbean, and beyond.
I'm sticking in
Offer
right
ends
there on the
today,
floor.
so click or call to book
Where?
now.
See it right there?
Hello?
Yeah.
The perfect gift. Sapphire and ruby pendants, $29. Half-carat 2-stone diamond pendants, $4.99. 1-carat 3-stone micro poly rings, $7.99. And 1-carat studs, $3.99. Incredible jewelry guaranteed to appraise for double factory direct. The Jewelry Exchange, Redwood City.
See Group Jenkins for the Bay Area's largest selection of American-made wood furniture during our President's Day sales event. Get amazing savings on American-made real wood furniture built in California and across the country. Get great prices on custom bookcases, dining room sets in your choice of size, style, and color, and custom upholstery made in the USA. Shop the latest looks and timeless styles and save during the President's Day sales event. And Group Jenkins, the wise choice for real wood furniture.
Get that gorgeous, easy-to-maintain lawn you've always wanted with an artificial lawn from Heavenly Greens. Our patented hybrid fiber is strong, smooth, soft, and resilient. Turn your home into a backyard dream. Call Heavenly Greens today and put your lawnmower away.
Hey, you. The one with the designer dog collar. Wondering how I upgraded to this sweet pad? A 1,200 square foot bathroom and my very own spa. All I had to do was give my human the look. With Wells Fargo's 3% down payment
I like them dollars, yeah.
and a simpler online application,
And
getting my dream home was easier than ever. Get your human to visit wellsfargo.com/What was she doing without me?
Enjoy.
Roundtable pizza gets a lot of attention because it tastes as good as it looks. Get a large triple flake pepperoni pizza with 3 kinds of pepperoni plus 6 boneless or classic wings for just $19.99. At Roundtable.
In Washington, negotiators on the bipartisan committee seeking a compromise on a budget resolution say they're feeling optimistic about a deal coming together. The Senate Appropriations Committee chairman said that he
should have had him make some
meeting with President Trump and Vice President Pence in the Oval Office today. Senator Shelby said lawmakers are pretty close and that a deal could come as early as this weekend.
I think that we're on a positive trajectory course now. The next 70 probably important on the staff level.
Who's that?
I see some.
John McCain?
It's believed the deal may wind up being close to the $1.6 billion for border fencing approved by a Senate committee last year. The spending bill is also expected to include funding for disaster aid and victims of California wildfires.
Dozens of advocates from the Bay Area will soon head to Washington to lobby lawmakers for the protection of the temporary protected status program.
President Trump has threatened the program, and right now the battle is being held up.
Why you take his watch off?
KTVU's Christina Rendon in our newsroom after talking with a group that's heading to Washington, D.C.
You take his watch off so you can see his watch and shit?
Person delegation from the East Bay is actually headed to Washington, D.C. this weekend, and it's a coalition of various nonprofit
Who
groups.
does that? Who takes his watch off and put it on the side?
They say this fight affects roughly 320,000 people nationwide. There are numerous stories.
I live with my daughter as a single mother in this country, and she also is a TPS holder.
These are the faces of just a few people living in the Bay Area under temporary protected status, or TPS. They'll join a coalition in Washington next week, lobbying lawmakers for a permanent solution to the program they say the Trump administration is seeking to end.
If we do not pass legislation to protect people from this, they will be in chaos and fear and risk of being deported.
Temporary protected status is different than asylum. It's granted
immigrants who
can't return to their home countries because of ongoing armed conflict, natural disasters, or epidemics, or extraordinary circumstances. Vanessa Velasco, a TPS holder of nearly 20 years, fears
Oh, my forget me.
will be deported to El Salvador and separated from their 3 U.S.-born children.
We're so integrated.
You said what?
And right now everything is just month by month without knowing what's going to happen next.
Temporary protected status currently applies to many countries. It affects more than 300,000 people. The Trump administration has sought to end the program for countries like El Salvador, Nicaragua, Haiti, and Sudan. But several lawsuits in federal court have temporarily blocked any changes. Various Bay Area groups plan to urge Congress to pass.
What is that? What is that? What is that?
They're from are still unable to receive them. They have nothing to return to. And they have everything here to lose if we don't protect them.
The coalition of immigrant rights groups plan to meet with Bay Area lawmakers in Washington and any other lawmakers willing to listen.
Because if this is the time when all have to be together fighting for the community.
The delegation will meet up with roughly 2,000 members nationwide to make their appeal, and their National Day of Action is on Tuesday. Frank Julie, California, has the highest number of TPS beneficiaries in the country.
Christina Rendon in our newsroom tonight. Thank you.
Alrighty then, getting back into the rainy weather as we go into the next couple of days. Starts tomorrow, lingers through the weekend. Right now the weekend's kind of sketchy. There'll be some showers on and off, but the sun's coming out as well. So it's one of those weekends where you want to use our KTVU weather app. I keep pushing it, but it's got a really good radar on it. And so this weekend is a good time to try it out. KTV.com, KTVU weather app. As you look at the Friday rain forecast, you can see up to 1/4 inch in a place like San Francisco, maybe a 1/2 inch in a place like San Rafael, 1.25 an inch and a quarter, maybe on Mount Tam up above Pacifica and Montera. And the time for this, the morning commute, relatively dry. You can see what's happening here at bottom line. The x-axis is time, right? And as you go up, you see the intensity. But we're basically looking at noon is kind of noon to 2, 3 o'clock, the heaviest rain. The afternoon commute wet. So morning commute kind of damp.
I'm just going to keep the bond.
Yes, that rain.
There you go. That's what I was going to do. Yeah.
Problem. problems in terms of flooding and things like that. But if you have mountain travel plans, it's going to cause some problems. We're going to end up with the most from all of this. By the time we get to Monday or Tuesday, there's going to be 3.5, maybe 4 feet of snow in parts, especially the southern Sierra Nevada, down towards Kirkwood area. So we'll watch that for you. In the meantime, we're getting ready for some wet. Hope your gutters are clean. I hope that you don't have to, maybe you can stay home or get home a little early and miss the afternoon wet commute tomorrow. There are the clouds. There's the spinner right there. So that's this system right here. And you see it coming on in. And as it does, the clouds increasing. By tomorrow morning, mid-morning, it's raining. By lunchtime, it's raining. Wipers are on. They're going. By the afternoon commute, it's tapering off, but the roads are wet, damage is done, and the wipers are still going intermittent. So, as you look at the current temperatures, it warms up a little bit. Gold Gate Bridge getting a big workout because of the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, the issues they're having there. So, big workout on Gold Gate Bridge. You will see clouds increasing tonight, and then showers develop by early tomorrow morning in the North Bay, but really don't take hold in the Central Bay until 8, 9 o'clock, something like that. And then watch as we go, right? So it's not a big deal, but it's rain, and then that's 1 o'clock, and then there's the afternoon commute. And the thing to note is, this is as we get breaks, the mountains will just keep damming up against that west slope. So tomorrow's a wet day. The weekend, when I come back, we're going to look at that, because that is super important to me and to you, I'll bet. I'll see you back here.
So we come here remembering a baseball pioneer, the impact that Frank Robinson had on baseball, and also the Bay Area where he grew up.
And coming up at 6, a high-tech scam called SIM swapping. We'll hear from a San Francisco man who says a virtual thief stole $1 million from him.
A what?
The people waiting to see the latest.
A virtual?
Be no more as the San Francisco movie theater.
What did he say?
Well known is getting ready to close its doors for good.
A virtual?
We'll look right now at the situation on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge that we showed you at the top of the hour. Skyfox over the bridge right now. All lanes in the westbound direction of the bridge remain closed. Caltrans crews working on repairs after concrete chunks fell from the upper deck earlier today. Right now, one lane is open on the lower deck, which takes drivers east toward Richmond.
The Ford store Morgan Hills President's Day sales event has started early with a $1,000 Ford trade-in rebate. Get a new F-150 XLT for $12,000 net saving, or a new Super Duty Lariat for $9,500 net saving. Only at the Ford store Morgan Hill.
With AAA, you get legendary 24/7 roadside assistance. Wait, there's more. Huh? There is more.
AAA does more.
Yeah, we help members outsmart life in all kinds of ways. What if I don't own a car? We can help outsmart your bucket list with deals at theme parks, restaurants, museums, sporting events, and nearly 120,000 other locations, including luxury hotels.
Say what?
Can you outsmart my lack of time? Our travel team can help plan your next vacation package and guarantee the best price.
Now you're talking. How about my to-do list?
No problem. Members can check off car registration, title transfers, insurance, passport photos, and more.
Anything else like this?
Probably not. But here's some other member benefits.
Nice. Discounts on car insurance.
There's more to AAA than you think. Call or visit to join for as little as $5 a month. AAA. Outsmart life.
Dinosaurs, come alive with over 50 movie-breathing dinosaurs. Fun and activities for the whole family. This Saturday and Sunday. 2 locations. In Richmond, Greenway Pavilion. And in Malaya, Solano County Fairgrounds. Visit JurassicPark.com.
When it comes to Alaska, only Holland America Line has the expertise to take you farther, get you closer, and give you those once-in-a-lifetime moments. We are Holland America Line. Now enjoy Sunday Alaska cruises for
I'm not gonna fucking hold it up and wait.
Well, I can hear you all damn
Why
day.
you be ignoring me half the time?
You didn't say shit.
Here.
It's just your starter. No biggie.
January 1st.
Could you light it for me, baby?
Get a $200 Visa prepaid card by mail when you purchase $1,000 or more with your EFCO credit card.
The Ford store Morgan Hills President's Day sales event has started early with a $1,000 Ford trade-in rebate. Lease a new Escape SE for $219 a month, or get a new Explorer XLT for $9,500 net savings. Only at the Ford store Morgan Hill.
Thank you.
Robinson died today after a long battle with cancer. He was 83 years old. Frank Robinson grew up in Oakland, went to McClymonds, and later made baseball history. KTV's Rob Roth talked with two Bay Area baseball greats about Frank Robinson and the long legacy that he leaves behind.
Fiery and fearless on the baseball field, Frank Robinson blazed a trail from Hall of Fame baseball player to becoming the first African-American manager in baseball history. Fellow Hall of Famer Joe Morgan spoke to us by phone.
It wasn't easy to get to know, but once you got to know him, you knew that he was a great person.
Robinson attended McClymonds High School in West Oakland, where he played basketball with NBA great Bill Russell. Russell tweeted, "We all know we lost one of the greats. What we really lost was a friend." But Robinson's power and fiery temperament made him the only person to win the Most Valuable Player awards in both the National and American Leagues. Pitcher Vita Blue played under Robinson.
He was a tough son of a gun. He played hard. He played fair. He played clean. It was an honor for me to play for him.
Robinson also made history. He became the first African-American to become a big league manager with the Cleveland Indians and later the San Francisco Giants.
And one of the great things for me as an African-American ball player is I got a chance to play for an African-American manager for Frank Robinson in San Francisco in 1981 and 82. I got a chance to play for him. And we struck up a friendship from that moment on and until today. I think he did it because people didn't want that to ever happen. I think he did it with one of those type of gotcha moments, for him. Because he had a lot of pride in what he was doing and that's what he stood for.
Friends say Robinson maintained that gruff exterior even off the field. But once they got to know them, they say he was fun to be around.
He was funnier than people think.
Robinson later worked as an executive for Major League Baseball, was honored at the White House, and despite tremendous accomplishments, many feel he never really got his due.
I don't think most people realize how great a player he was.
When Robinson was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1982, he recalled his days as a boy in Oakland.
For a young boy in Oakland, California, playing on an asphalt baseball field, he didn't dare dream, not even dare think, wouldn't even dare let the thought enter his mind that he would one day be standing up here.
Frank Robinson died Thursday after a long battle with bone cancer. He was 83 years old. Rob Roth, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
A nationwide outage today affecting Wells Fargo. Still to come tonight, the problems some customers faced when they tried to access their accounts.
I'm kind of pissed right now because I'm supposed to pay for my car today, and I'm going to get charged a big fee on it time. It sucks.
Also taking legal action against the navigation app Waze. Why one police department is accusing the app of producing drunk drivers.
What's the name of that ass? Wiz?
What self-important training fraud are they honoring this year? You. Next, Big Bang.
Tonight at 7 and 7:30. Fox 2. Don't miss the President's Day sale at Mattress Firm. For a limited time, take home a king for the price of a queen and a queen for the price of a twin. Like a Serta Memory Foam Queen mattress, now just $397. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
This is an important announcement. Funeral costs are rising every year, costing thousands upon thousands of dollars. And more families are shocked and unexpectedly burdened with funeral costs when a loved one dies. You don't have to let that happen. If you're a United States resident between the ages of 40 and 85, now is the time to call about the Funeral Advantage program. Through the Funeral Advantage program, your family receives a life insurance cash benefit up to $20,000 in the event of your death. If you live in a qualifying state and you're between age 40 and 85, call now because you are eligible for a free Funeral Advantage program offer. Don't put it off. Call the number on your screen now to request your Final Wishes organizer. free without obligation. The Final Wishes organizer will help make many difficult decisions easier and uncomplicated. The Final Wishes organizer also includes the 9 most important things to consider as you think about your final wishes. The 9 things every senior needs to know about funerals puts the facts on funeral planning in plain language. You may be surprised by what it reveals. Call now.
Call 1-800-719-8900 to find out more about Funeral Advantage. You have absolutely no risk or obligation. Don't put it off. Call 1-800-719-8900 now.
It's the President's Day sale at Mattress Firm. Customers like Brecken are raving about the value of our deals, like getting a free adjustable base with a qualifying mattress. Up to a $699 value, free. Hurry in, your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
For years, police personnel records have been sealed.
All this information is denied to family, which really keeps the family in a sick state of pain.
Two investigates a new law that provides transparency and the pushback from police.
I say to them, what are you hiding?
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news on KTVU Fox 2.
All right, an update now on the shutdown of the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. That closure started about 10:30 this morning after chunks of concrete fell from the upper deck to the lower deck, hitting at least one car. This afternoon, Caltrans was able to reopen one lane in each direction.
But in the past hour, the upper deck heading into Marin was closed again after more chunks of concrete were found, and just one lane of the lower deck is open. Caltrans says they don't have an estimate yet for when the bridge will fully reopen.
One of the alternates would be to take the Bay Bridge, go through San Francisco, and then take the Golden Gate Bridge. This is what the Bay Bridge toll plaza looks like right now. Kind of interesting here, the fast track lanes there in the middle are more backed up than the other lanes, which are both fast track and cash. But again, you do see that there is a backup tonight at the Bay Bridge toll plaza headed into the city.
For much of the day, many Wells Fargo customers all around the country and here in the Bay Area experienced problems, especially with online banking and the mobile app.
KTVU's Maureen Naylor has been talking with folks affected and is outside a Wells Fargo branch off Meridian Avenue in San Jose. Maureen?
Well, Frank and Julie, this has been going on all day and is still happening this hour. In fact, when you go to the website, you'll see at the top of the page, there's this alert apologizing to customers about this technical outage. And we've talked to many upset customers today saying it's affecting everything from car payments to payroll.
Hey, you're not going to be able to get no money out of it.
A warning from one Wells Fargo customer to another outside this San Jose branch after the San Francisco-based bank had widespread technical problems Thursday, especially with its online banking and mobile app.
They said it's a nationwide problem and they don't know when the computer's going to be up. So they just said call the 800 number, which I've been trying all morning. And yeah, I don't know what else to do.
Instead of seeing his account balance, the software engineer got a "we're sorry" message on the mobile app. He was also unable to get checks from inside the branch to pay his employees.
It's very inconvenient and it's scary. I mean, we have technology to help us run our daily lives, and something like this happens, especially in financing, and it's been really frustrating too.
He wasn't the only one seeing red. Others who couldn't pay bills online also couldn't withdraw money from the ATM.
I'm kind of pissed right now because I'm supposed to pay for my car today, and I'm going to get charged a late fee on it time. And it sucks.
I went to the teller, and they said you can't do anything with the teller.
Wells Fargo in a statement said, we're experiencing system issues due to a power shutdown of one of our facilities, initiated after smoke was detected following routine maintenance. Its apology didn't go far enough for some frustrated customers. Many taking to Twitter, one man posting, I guess when your brand imagery is horses and stagecoaches, newfangled web technology can be daunting. Please fix.
It affected me because I had to do. Because I had things to do. I didn't put that on there, but I had things to do, and I wanted to do it before I go to work today, before 5 o'clock. But I guess you got to do what you got to do.
The Willow Glen branch posted signs warning customers transactions may be delayed because of the unexpected service interruption, and several ATMs weren't working. But at the same time, we found other customers were able to get cash from ATMs.
$20.
$20?
Yep.
So you had no problem?
No problem.
And again, all day we've seen it been in and out, kind of hit or miss, depending on people at ATMs if they're getting money and able to make deposits. Wells Fargo says it's working to restore the services as soon as possible, but has not given any timeline. About an hour ago, I got a new statement from Wells Fargo saying they apologize and they want Wells Fargo customers to know that any Wells Fargo fees that are incurred because of the technical issues, say they will be reversed.
All right. Doreen, do they know yet any idea what caused these problems today?
They do. Apparently a smoke, I was just talking to a customer, and there's a report that there was a fire in the Midwest that affected one facility. A lot of customers were just talking with us saying they want to know how could one facility take down the system like this. A lot of questions still to be answered. At this point, Wells Fargo hasn't said much.
All right, yeah. And when you need your cash, you need your cash. Maureen, thank you. Well, more than 400 community leaders gathered at Facebook headquarters in Menlo Park today for the company's 3rd annual Community Summit. Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg spoke saying, while Facebook's mission all along has been to give people the power to connect, it has since expanded to give users platforms to build communities. And in a candid moment, Sandberg shared her experience of grief after her husband died suddenly back in 2015. She talked about how a Facebook group made up of other people dealing with similar heartache offered her a lot of support. Sandberg said Facebook communities have become the backbone of the company, but she also acknowledged it's facing challenging times and has a lot of work to do to protect its users.
And we know that the platforms we build, the services we build, people do bad things too, and we have to do a much better job preventing that because elections are so critical, because people getting real news is so critical.
Facebook also unveiled new tools today, including one that's letting users find mentors and mentees in Facebook groups around the world. Another tool helps people sign up to be blood donors in the U.S.
The New York City Police Department is demanding the navigation app Waze stop warning drivers about DUI checkpoints. The dispute centers on an app feature with a police officer with a mustache pointing out areas where other Waze users have spotted checkpoints. The New York Police Department has sent a letter to Waze's parent company, Google, saying the app is endangering public safety by protecting impaired drivers. Last hour, we talked with Jim Dempsey. He's the executive director of the Berkeley Center for Law and Technology, and he views this battle in terms of deterrence.
Certainly, when I see one of those police ahead symbols on my Waze, I immediately check my speedometer. If I'm going too fast, I slow down. And I think that's good. I think that's good for enforcement and good for deterrence.
Waze is defending its app, saying it only highlights places where there is a, quote, large police presence, and that the company does not specifically point out DUI checkpoints. On Wall Street, renewed pessimism about the strength of the global economy led to sharp losses today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 220, the NASDAQ was down 86, and the S&P 500 was down 25.
An effort to cut down on wait times to renew your driver's license has backfired on California's DMV. The Sacramento Bee reports that last fall, the Department of Motor Vehicles sent out license renewal notices earlier than usual. The notices were sent 120 to 150 days before licenses were set to expire. But the system could only accept payments made 115 days or less before the expiration date. So people who went online to pay early were left in limbo, never getting a new card, and some still have not reimbursed. The DMV says it is now investigating the problem.
Coming up here, it's officially tax season. How the government shutdown could affect the way you file your taxes, and some tips from financial experts.
Also ahead, PG&E is working to prevent wildfires, coming out with the tool the utility is using to re-inspect power lines.
And the scandal involving Virginia's top
Perfect. Fuck that shit.
is growing. Coming up, the latest accusations of racism against the state's Senate Majority Leader.
Watch Gotham and the Orville tonight on KTVU Fox 2. It starts with a story.
He says McLaughlin's tone changed when he learned Burrell was a Marine veteran.
What does it take for somebody to give somebody like me the benefit of the doubt? To investigate goes a step further.
This is the first time the officer has been accused of abusing his power.
He got into a verbal altercation. He pulled out his gun.
Monday, the police chief said McLaughlin is on administrative leave.
The Power of Two, working for you on KTVU Fox 2.
Okay, everybody, let's do the numbers. Cash Creek Casino Resort has over 1,700 penny machines, and we paid 3-2 on blackjack. It all adds up to big fun at Cash Creek Casino Resort. Play here, play the best.
Prosperity begins with the Year of Fortune at Cash Creek, with an $8,888 winner every Saturday and Sunday at 6 and 9 p.m. Plus, on February 17th at 9 p.m., someone will win a brand new Lexus. It's the Year of Fortune, only at Cash Creek.
At AT&T, we believe in access, the opportunity for everyone to explore a digital world, connecting with the things that matter most. And because nothing keeps us more connected than the internet, we've created Access from AT&T. California households with at least one resident who receives SNAP or SSI benefits may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, deposit, or installation fee. Visit att.com/access now to learn more.
The perfect gift. Sapphire and ruby pendants, $29. Half-carat 2-stone diamond pendants, $4.99. 1-carat 3-stone micro pave rings, $7.99. And 1-carat studs, $3.99. Incredible jewelry guaranteed to appraise for double factory direct. The Jewelry Exchange, Redwood City.
At Bear, our roots run deep. So chances are you've seen us around the house, or around the yard, on the shelf, or even out in the field. Your mom knew she could always count on us. And your grandma did too. Because for over 150 years, we've been right by your side, advancing the health of the people, plants, and pets you love. So from all of us at Bayer, thank you for trusting in us, then and now.
Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream, playing the Bay Area February 20th through March 3rd.
It's down to the final 3. Who will win it all?
The winner of season 18 is Friday at 8 on KTVU Fox 2.
Yet another politician in Virginia is caught up in a scandal tonight. Virginia Senate Majority Leader, Republican Tommy Norman, is admitting now that he helped edit his Military Institute yearbook, which contains photos of blackface and racially offensive language. Norman said in a statement he did not appear in any of the offensive photos and called the use of blackface abhorrent. You'll recall that the governor of Virginia, Democrat Ralph Northam, apologized for a similar photo in his medical school yearbook and then denied he was in the photo. Virginia's Attorney General, Mark Herring, has also admitted to wearing blackface in the 1980s. Today, civil rights activist, the Reverend Al Sharpton, called on Northam and Herring to resign.
And if the governor wants to repent and grow, if the Attorney General wants to repent and grow, good. And the best example of that is to say I am resigning and I'm going to tour and tell people that I gave up my seat for a greater seat.
Northam is resisting widespread calls on him from both Democrats and Republicans to resign. The Lieutenant Governor, Justin Fairfax, is also dealing with a scandal of his own, accused of sexual assault, which he denies.
The Senate Judiciary Committee today approved the nomination of William Barr to become U.S. Attorney General. The Senate panel voted 12-10 along party lines to advance the president's nominee to the full Senate. Democrats have raised concern that Barr may limit the scope of the Russia investigation into possible collusion. Barr was the former Attorney General under President George H.W. Bush. If confirmed again, he would succeed Jeff Sessions, who was ousted by President Trump last year. Again, the vote now goes before the full Senate.
Democrats in the Congress have introduced a sweeping resolution they are calling the Green New Deal. Freshman New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez drafted the non-binding resolution. She says the goal is for the U.S. to be fully powered through clean, renewable, and zero-emission energy sources by the year 2030. The deal calls for the elimination of air travel by building high-speed rail networks and removing combustion engines from the roads.
Our environmental challenges are one of the biggest existential threats to our way of life.
Republicans say the deal would impose costs in the trillions of dollars and result in the loss of millions of jobs and devastate international commerce. The new deal is a non-binding resolution, so its passage would only be symbolic. Those types of resolutions are a way for lawmakers to publicly air the concerns of their constituents.
Still to come, working to prevent wildfires. After the break, we follow PG&E inspection crews and take a look at how they're inspecting their power lines.
Also ahead, it is a guessing game with the Oakland A's top draft pick. Coming up, we may soon learn whether Kyler Murray will pursue baseball or football.
And there's rain back in the forecast. Just in time for tomorrow, Friday, a getaway day for many. Snow in the mountains, rain here.
This is not a bed. It's a revolution in sleep. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is on sale now from $8.99 during the Ultimate Sleep Number event. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to keep you both comfortable. It even helps with this. So you wake up ready to hit the ground running. Only the Sleep Number store. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 Limited Edition Smart Bed. Plus 24-month financing on all smart beds. Only for a limited time. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep.
They say you should have always listened to your heart. And where better to do that than the island of Ireland. After all, your heart is the best compass there is. So get out there and fill your heart with the stuff that keeps it beating. Fill your heart with Ireland.
NorCal Honda dealers' countdown to President's Day is on. You have 2 weeks to get the best deal of the year on a new Honda. 360 hours, 10,000 new Hondas, thousands in savings. Civics for just $199. Accords for just $249. CR-Vs for just $229. Visit your NorCal Honda dealer's President's Day event and get the best deal of the year before it's too late.
Homeowners, are you tired of low water pressure, being scalded in the shower when someone flushes, or had expensive leaks in your pipes? I'm Jeff Butler, owner of Repipe Specialists. We eliminate all these problems by repiping your home with new PEX pipes. We repipe most homes in just 1 or 2 days, plus we'll patch your walls and give you a lifetime guarantee. We've completed over 30,000 repipes and can help you too. Call us today for a free estimate to get great water pressure and no more leaks.
If you've been injured in a car accident, you probably have a lot of questions. Who will pay my medical bills? What about my lost wages? Will I receive compensation? Do I need a lawyer? Call the Barnes firm.
I bought me a boat.
Answers everything you need. Call 1-800-800-0000. Injured? Call the Barnes firm now.
PG&E could still be ordered by a federal judge to re-inspect every inch of every power line they have. It's a job that could cost tens of billions of dollars. KTVU's Tom Bakar hooked up with a PG&E inspection crew using their newest tool to check the lines.
Because most of PG&E's infrastructure is hanging in thin air or standing wide open to the elements, it has to watch it all like a hawk or face fierce fires.
We have a ceiling of 12,000 plus feet.
C2 Group contractor drone pilot Oscar Miguel briefed us on safety before launching a large photo drone to closely examine a huge 300-foot tall power tower near the Carquinez Straits. Because of the massive wildfire destruction in recent years, PG&E is using more and more drones to back up linemen and helicopter inspections.
This is an accelerated program based on the wildfire risk to really assess our infrastructure. It's a major undertaking, and we're working to get these inspections done before the start of wildfire season this year. Hundreds of crews out there, all in the state, looking at the towers, looking at the poles, checking out infrastructure.
You have a lot of benefits with the drones. You can get closer again. You can orbit around the structure a little tighter, get tighter images.
How big a job are we talking about? Well, consider, just in PG&E's vast territory, we're talking about more than 124,000 miles of transmission and distribution wires. That is quite a job.
Besides the lines, that also means looking at 650,000 power towers and power poles in a 70,000 square mile territory that's larger than 30 states.
You have your standard high-definition cameras. You have infrared imaging, just a lot of different options out there.
Those pictures are closely inspected by electrical engineering staff that can, in most cases, spot problems before trouble starts.
It's a broad program. We are installing cameras. We're adding weather stations. We're doing these inspections. Certainly, we've talked to our customers about turning off power if we need to as a last resort.
The traditional fire season starts in just 7 weeks. Tom Bakar, KTVU Fox.
We need to clarify a story from our newscast earlier today about layoffs at Tesla. A Tesla representative reached out to say that the layoffs we mentioned had been previously announced and are not a new round of layoffs as the story suggested. We regret the confusion. Tesla is cutting its global workforce by roughly 7%. The company says the impacted employees were notified starting 3 weeks ago.
Alrighty, then we're tracking another weather system in here. This is...
Let them go.
It's not something that's going to cause flooding, but we are going to be wet throughout much of the day tomorrow, specifically in the afternoon commute, the lunchtime drive, the later afternoon commute, in the mid-morning commute as well. Maybe an inch of rain in the heaviest spots, quarter inch in others, but a system nonetheless, which means snow in the mountains, winter weather watch up there, which will turn into a winter storm warning probably here at some point. But the idea that we are going to go back into a wet weather pattern through the weekend too. Weekend's not a complete washout, but it looks as though we're going to see scattered showers both days, but there'll be breaks too. So it's one of those weekends where I think you'll get your stuff in, just be prepared to dodge some raindrops. That's where the KTVU weather app comes in. Check it out, go to the app store, and then it's they're going to KTVU weather, and you'll see the new app. And it has this is the forecast model, but it has a nice radar on it that really gets you through the weekend. So tomorrow morning, there you are. There's light showers in the North Bay, not a big deal. And then you see a little bit more by lunchtime, and then the whole thing just spins through as we get into the afternoon hours. Lingering in the mountains, progressing or translating through the Bay Area pretty quickly. And then behind this, a cooler system comes down, and that's where we get the scattered, unstable weather Saturday and Sunday. And again, Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to get some stuff done this weekend. So I'm going to get out and do stuff. It's not going to be rain start to finish. It's not going to be rain start to finish on Sunday either. It's going to be a little bit of rain, some sun, some clouds, both days. So not a bad weekend. Not bad, but tomorrow's your wet day. So there's 8 a.m. Saturday, and then there you see how the scattered nature through Saturday evening, and then Sunday morning, then Sunday afternoon. So we'll see how it consolidates. So the story then would be the increasing clouds tonight. The rain that develops tomorrow, and then lingers into the Bay Area weekend. This colder storm comes down towards the weekend, and that's the system that will deliver some snow, perhaps the Bay Area peaks. Real possibility. And the forecast highs tomorrow. Look how chilly that is. San Rafael, 49 degrees. 50 in Fairfield, scattered showers possible, and then the 5-day forecast, actually scattered showers probable. There's the 5-day forecast right there, and you can see scattered showers on Saturday and Sunday. Friday is your real wet day in terms of start to finish, but I think Saturday and Sunday, you're going to be surprised how much you can get done. When we come back, we'll update the models, and I'll see you back here for the 6th.
All right, Bill, thank you. The Oakland A's top draft pick is keeping everybody guessing about his future in pro sports. Kyler Murray was both a Heisman Trophy winner in football and a star baseball player at Oklahoma. He has now decided to attend the NFL Scouting Combine later this month. The Combine takes place 11 days after Murray is scheduled to report to A's spring training camp. So it's still not clear whether he will play for the A's or choose a career in pro football.
It might be hard to believe, but pitchers and catchers report to spring training in Arizona next week. In fact, the Giants' first spring training game is only about 2 weeks away. This Saturday, the Giants will hold their annual Fan Fest at Oracle Park. Tens of thousands of folks are expected to attend this year's event. It's free. It'll be held from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. A number of players will be available for autographs. Fans can also take selfies. Organizers say it's a great way to kick off the baseball season.
It's a great day. It really is. It's kind of our official kickoff. So I think people are excited about the season. And I mean, that's one thing about when the Super Bowl's over. It's baseball season. So we're ready to go.
The event will happen, rain or shine. Opening day for the Giants is April 5th when they face the Tampa Bay Rays.
shutdown won't impact tax return delivery. I'm from Refund with Fox Business. Coming up, tax tips to get the most out of your refund.
And coming up at 6, a high-tech scam in which a hacker broke in and stole $1 million from a man in San Francisco. It's something that's called SIM swapping. And now one person is in custody.
And here's a live look right now at the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge from Sky Fox. In just a few minutes at 6, we will have a live update on the lane closures there. Right now, the upper deck is completely closed, while one lane is open on the lower deck heading east. We'll be right back.
Download the new Fox 2 Weather app. The power to prepare.
Embark on your Jurassic adventure with the largest, most realistic, moving, breathing, walking dinosaur. More fun, hands-on educational activity for the entire family. Ride the giant 12-foot T-Rex Jurassic Bounce Houses. Take the exhilarating virtual reality ride this Saturday and Sunday. 2 locations in Richmond, Greenway Pavilion, and in Vallejo, Solano County Fairgrounds. For tickets and more info, visit JurassicTour.com.
Enjoy.
Okay, who's first?
I'll go.
You mind? My daughter's a huge fan.
Round Table Pizza gets a lot of attention because it tastes as good as it looks. Made with only premium ingredients, tossed right to the edge. Get a large triple play pepperoni pizza with 3 kinds of pepperoni plus 6 boneless or classic wings for just $19.99. At Round Table, the last honest pizza. With AAA, you get legendary 24/7 roadside assistance. Wait, there's more. What? There is?
AAA does more.
Yeah, we help members outsmart life in all kinds of ways. What if I don't own a car? We can help outsmart your bucket list with deals at theme parks, restaurants, museums, sporting events, and nearly 120,000 other locations, including luxury hotels. Say what? Can you outsmart my lack of time? Our travel team can help plan your next vacation package and guarantee the best price.
Now we're talking. How about my to-do list?
No problem. Members can check off car registration, title transfers, insurance, passport photos, and more.
Anything else about this?
Probably not. But here are some other member benefits.
Nice. Discounts on car insurance.
There's more to AAA than you think. Call or visit to join for as little as $5 a month. AAA. Outsmart life.
Is your closet a mess, or maybe your desk needs some tidying up?
We'll talk with a Marie Kondo certified expert as she shows us how to bring joy into tidying up tomorrow on Mornings on 2.
Delta and Coca-Cola tried to use special napkins to get folks in the mood for Valentine's Day, and passengers weren't too impressed. In fact, they thought it was kind of creepy. The 2 companies partnered up to make napkins that encourage people to write down their number and then give it to someone they found attractive on the plane. The napkins had a spot for people to write down their information and then pass it on. But the concept sparked viral outrage online, again with some folks calling it creepy. The 2 companies have apologized and they've stopped offering those napkins.
Sears has received a major reprieve that will allow the company to keep stores open. A bankruptcy judge today approved a $5.2 billion plan by Sears chairman Eddie Lampert to keep the iconic retailer going. Under the plan, some 425 Sears and Kmart stores will remain open, and 45,000 jobs will be preserved. Sears merged with Kmart in 2005, and both companies have struggled financially since then. A state appeals court has handed a legal victory to on-call workers in California following a dispute involving clothing chain Abercrombie & Fitch. The court ruled employees who are required to stay on call before the start of a possible work shift are entitled to be paid regardless of whether they are called into work or not. It ruled phoning their employees 2 hours before the shift to learn whether they are needed prevented them from committing to other jobs.
A lot of people are probably wondering if the recent government shutdown will delay their tax refund. Fox News' Hillary Vaughn has the answer.
Despite the partial government shutdown, the Internal Revenue Service recalled thousands of workers to make sure taxpayers get their refunds this season. More than 70% of Americans will receive money back from the IRS. Last year, the average refund was more than $2,890.
If you are filing individually, do a pro forma return.
If you're an individual taxpayer, meet with your accountant now, have your accountant do a pro forma, in other words, forecast what your tax is going to be this year.
Ask about a standard deduction.
The standard deduction has doubled this year, and that might preclude you from itemizing your deductions and having to keep all those receipts and make your tax return that much more easier to file.
Max out your retirement plan contributions and put money away in a 529 plan if you can. Tax expert Jane Mark says small business owners thinking about buying a piece of machinery and who need more deductions to offset income should buy